Trucks for scrap. It was a cold winter's afternoon on the island of Sodor, and Layla had been working hard all day. The troublesome trucks had been teasing her all day, and Layla did not like that at all. "You trucks never learn," she said. The trucks were still making fun of her. "I wish you wouldn't come back again," they said. They were still talking about how she was accused of making a mess at Brendam Docks, but Layla knew it was still knows that it was forgotten. She went to the station and then she saw Duke with some coaches. "Hi, Layla," said Duke. "You look tired." "Yes, I am," said Layla. "The trucks have been teasing me all afternoon," she said, "and I tried to teach them a lesson." "You'll never know," said Duke. Those trucks may be troublesome, but they need to learn." "Exactly," said Layla, feeling breathless. She was worn out after being caused too much trouble by the trucks. Just then the guard's whistle blew. "Can't talk right now, Layla. See you at the sheds," said Duke, and Duke puffed away. "I wish I will pull passenger trains again," said Layla, and Layla puffed away. Evening came, and then Duke, Layla, Bert and Nert have already returned to the sheds. Layla looked upset. "What's the matter?" asked Bert. "The trucks have been teasing me today," said Layla. I tried to teach them a lesson, but they still carried on." "All they need," said Duke, "is a great bump, because if they are not behaving so quickly, they would have to be sold for scrap." Layla was confused. "What do you mean, scrap?" she said. "I didn't know trucks can be sold for scrap." "They can," said Bert. "It's trucks for scrap, and if those trucks don't behave, they'll have to go to the scrap yards to be scrapped." "Bert, Nert and Duke are right, you know," said Bert. "Just remember our teachings, Layla," said Bert. "But I know you're finding it hard, but just remember our teachings, though." "Okay," said Layla. "I guess I will." And that made Layla feel very better. "I know," said Duke. "Instead of you pulling the trucks tomorrow, why don't I do them for you?" Layla was excited, but worried about Duke getting into trouble. "What about your passengers?" said Layla. "Shall I take them for you?" "Sure," said Duke, "but we should ask the Fat Controller first." The 4 engines agreed and went to sleep for the rest of the night. The morning finally began, and Duke's driving fireman asked the Fat Controller if Layla and Duke can swap jobs. The Fat Controller didn't mind at all. "You shall pick up Duke's coaches at the station," he said to Layla. "Sure, sir," said Layla. Layla was excited. The turntable was turned towards Layla's shed, and Layla came out of the shed. Duke even moved out of the way for Layla. The turntable was turned, and Layla puffed backwards instead of forwards. "I can't wait to pull your passengers," said Layla. I hope the coaches are still better than my trucks." "They sure will," said Duke. And then Layla found Duke's coaches and was coupled to them straight away. "Goodbye, Duke," said Layla. "Take care of my trucks and take care of my passengers," said Duke, and Layla left the station. And Duke was ready. He found Layla's trucks, and Layla's trucks were coupled to Duke. "Who's this old engine?" they said. "We want Layla." "Or Bert, or Nert," they shouted. "I'm pulling you all this time," said Duke, "and that's that," he said. "You seem to be causing Layla too many trouble," he said. "You are all mean to her." The trucks didn't care, and Duke was off in a flash. The trucks had been cheeky to Duke all day, and Duke was able to tell the trucks a lesson in a certain way. Duke puffed past by the shed. He went through the bumpy crack. The trucks were still mad at Duke. "Let's bump him off," they said. But Duke heard what the truck said. "You're not doing anything to me," said Duke. "No," they said. They bumped Duke down the hill. "Oh," said Duke, "I can't stop." Duke's driving fireman tried to apply the brakes, but Duke didn't know that his brakes were already jammed. His driving fireman was scared. "What should we do?" said the fireman. But Duke didn't know what to do. Duke raced down too fast, and then there was trouble. At last, Duke's brakes were fixed. He applied the brakes, but Duke and the other trucks crushed only one truck between one another. The slight truck was in pieces, and so were the other trucks. The trucks were all into millions of pieces. They were derailed and broken, but the brake van was still on the rails. Duke knew it was all the trucks' fault. "You all should be sold for scrap," he said. And the trucks were ashamed. When the Fat Controller arrived, he spoke kindly to Duke. "The accident was not your fault," he said. "Those trucks need to be taught a lesson." "Yes, sir, thank you, sir," said Duke, and Duke puffed away. Soon Layla and Duke had already realised that the Fat Controller was telling the truth, that the three troublesome trucks were before were definitely going to the scrapyards to be scrapped. Layla and Duke knew all about trucks at first, but was always careful with their certain attitude. The trucks never knew the engines anyway.